No time to hang around on the shingles meet. Last week was pretty rough, but we just got to persevere nonetheless. And shout out to Brendan Pile. His boy Energy, aka Charles Johnson, is taking on Cody Durden. And love Cody or hate him, the guy has been looking pretty nice recently. He just light work, start to finish, smoked Carlos Mota. That was in October of last year. And then he had that great finish over JP Bays before that. It only took him like a minute to get it done and sent JP packing. And his only losses, if we look most recently, or at least in the UFC rather, are against Muhammad Makayev, who is perhaps a future champ, or at least a top 15 guy, and then a peak Jimmy Flick when Jimmy Flick was running through guys. And Energy, meanwhile, is a minus 155 favorite in this one, but he just got kind of smoked by O'Day Osborne. And you and I both thought that Energy was going to get that one done. O'Day showed up, and the record will state that it was a split decision loss, but it was, I thought, pretty clear of a victory for O'Day, and one that maybe was a surprising non-unanimous. And we were surprised because Energy looked great against Jimmy Flick, looked great against Jagash Jamogulov, and his only loss also was to Muhammad Makayev. So it's very interesting. Both these guys have wins over Mota. They both fought Jimmy Flick but had different results, and they both got smoked by Muhammad Makayev. So you can definitely understand the matchmaking here. And Energy, again, is a minus 155 favorite to Durden's plus 130 dog. So do you like Cody Durden to make his 2-fight win streak a 3-fight win streak, or is Energy coming back off that O'Day loss, back down at flyweight, and is ready to smoke Cody? Who you taking?
Yeah, no, this is a fun fight, great fight. I do worry about, Energy cutting down to 125. I don't know, how he's going to look or feel. It does worry me. Whenever guys cut a lot of weight and they're already barely making 135, it's like, I don't know. But I still got to go with him. I like the way he looked. I like his energy he brings in the energy. And I think he's going to, I'm surprised he's actually the favorite. I would have assumed he'd be the underdog. But I think he's going to beat Cody. I think he's going to KO him. TKO, third round.
Yeah, that'd be interesting for sure. I mean, I kind of see Energy more these days as kind of a decision grinder machine, but he did finish Jimmy Flick with relative ease, so you have to give him his props on that one. And the guy does only take tough losses, right? I mentioned the recent loss to O'Day, which wasn't great, but the loss before to Makayev and lost to Brandon Royval before that. And he had 4 nice wins in between the Makayev and Royval losses. So the guy is pretty solid. One of those dudes who joined the UFC kind of late, but likely joined at his peak. Durden, though, I don't know. I mean, he's been looking pretty nice. So how do you anticipate this fight playing out? Is there going to be a lot of wrestling? Are they going to be standing and banging? Who's going to have the advantage where? Because when I assess this one, I see two guys with very even skill sets and relatively similar strengths as well. So how do you see this fight playing out? Is it more of a grapple fest, or are these guys coming to stand and bang?
I think it's going to be a mixture of both. I think they're both going to bring the fire on the feet, but also I could see a lot of grappling exchanges. It's going to be a good, I think a mixture of mixed martial arts in general. I would be very surprised if it just stays standing or if it just goes to the ground.
Yeah, I buy that for sure. I wonder if maybe Energy will crack Cody and then it'll discourage Cody from trying to bang much further. But I mean, Cody recently has been I don't want to say falling in love with the hands as well, but is perhaps going the Curtis Blades route and is down to strike when perhaps he shouldn't. So in this one, I don't know. I'm pretty torn, but going back and forth. I was a little surprised by the overwhelming Energy love on Tapology. 72% is rolling with Johnson. Only 28% is rolling with Durden, and majority beige on both sides. I don't know, me in this one, I think Cody Durden is actually going to continue his hot streak, and I'm just a little bit worried about Energy Johnson, given how he looked in that last fight, and given that it was 2 months ago to the day, and he's already, like you said, I don't want to say he struggled to make 135, but dropping down an extra 10 pounds with only 60 days to recover off a recent loss, I'm going to take the hungry, grinding wrestler Cody Durden to find a way to sneak out a decision. And I anticipate him maybe struggling early. Sometimes he tends to do that, but I don't know. I think he's going to win rounds 2 and 3, and I'm taking Cody unanimous decision, but kind of tough to trust either of these guys, right?
Yeah, I know that is a very good statement where it is tough to trust these guys on, oh, this is for sure him or for sure him. It's really whoever shows up. Does Energy have an amazing weight cut and he's got more power because he's naturally at 135, or is he just so shriveled and he gets knocked out early and often?